Hey there, it's time for the guitar installment of Hickman's Rag. And we got the fiddler here, Erynn Marshall. So we'll get her to play it for us initially, and then I'll just break down the guitar parts, and we'll have fun with it. It's a great tune. It's in the ragtime progression, which is great. It's in the key of C. And we're going to just go from C to A to D to G over and over. So we'll explore different ways to do that. There's 3 parts, so we could maybe possibly do it 3 different ways at least. So anyway, we'll just ramble through it a couple times with the fiddle, and then we'll break it down for the guitarist.
But same chords every part.
Same chords every part. Nothing wrong with that. I like that concept. I like it. I wish more tunes were like that. So she's starting out. We're going to be on the A chord. I'm going to do a little walk to get to the. She's going to do a potatoes maybe, and I'll do a little walk to get to the A. So we're coming into the A chord. C, as you hear at the end there. Thank you, Erynn.
You bet.
Beautiful fiddling. And we'll let's dig into the old Hickman's Rag. It's a lot of fun and a good tune to walk around in. And of course, remember, as far as bass walks go, you can walk up from below or walk down from above, or you can also stay in the scale or kind of get out of the scale and get bluesy with it. So I always kind of say there's in the scale and anything goes kind of walk too. If you end on a good note, the walk is almost, the brain sort of says that, but I think that was good if you have a good strong ending note. So let's just look at C for a second. And the little ragtime walk that a lot of songs start like, I know what it means to be lonesome. A lot of those songs, it's just C going down to the A bass note. And that's like, if you're thinking of a scale in C, it's like 8, 7, and the flat 7, and it's the 6th notch of the scale. And that would normally in a regular staying in the key, it would be A minor. But the rag progression keeps it all major there. So let's just get a C chord going for a second. And do that little walk down to A for a second. I'm doing 5 and 4 maybe. Just do that a few times, just to hear what that start sounds like. So one walk we'll do will be that little half step at a time walk from 3, 2, 1, open to our A chord. And of course, the A chord, you can fret that with a bar with my first finger like I'm doing now. Some people use 3 fingers in a row. Some people do it with the kind of like a D7 misplaced. And I think even some people do it even with the, you can do it a lot of different ways, is all I'm trying to say. And experiment and see what A works best for you. And a lot of the factors to keep in mind too is, where you're going to be going to after that chord. So we have that A chord. And then another way to walk to A, say we want to walk up from below. From below you go, a bluesy walk would be getting that 3rd fret, 4th fret. That'd sound pretty good too, right? So let's try that that's what I did to start out with the fiddle, doing the potatoes. Da, 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 da. So I got into A that way, and I'm using maybe 5 and 4. And let's try a little walk for D. In your A chord, you can do a little bluesy walk down. We did a bluesy walk up to A. Let's try a bluesy walk down for D. 2, 1, open. And then we can walk up in G. I'm using 6 and 5. And back to C. And one thing I'll point out right off the start here, you can kind of arrive at that C where I just did, or you could also stay on the G longer. Hold it there longer. can kind of wait to the end of the phrase or at the start of the phrase, and they both work. It's kind of a magical in a way on this tune. So you can kind of go to the C earlier or later, and they both kind of work. So that's kind of neat too. So it's harder to mess up. That's pretty cool. So let's just do, and that's going to be the same progression for all three parts. So what we'll do is maybe try to think about emphasizing doing different walks for different parts might be fun. So we'll start out though with that little bluesy walk to start the first part. Let's do that for A, 5 and 4. We'll do the bluesy walk to D, 2, 1, open. And you could also always do D7s and G7s and A7s too. So remember, you could always try D7, walk to G in the bass. And let's walk up to that C. And then we can do that nice 5th string half step at a time, the ragtime walk. Bluesy walk to D, maybe D or D7, G in the bass, and maybe wait for it this time at the end of the first part, a long bluesy walk to C. So let's do that again for the first part. That was pretty cool. So we start out with the bluesy walk in the bass, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then the A 5th string open, A chord. 2, 1, open on the 4th string. Walking up the bass for G and 6, open 2, and make a try G7 for that's a little stretchy but good. Back to C. Walking up C, and this we can do that 3, 2, 1, open. Like Sweet Georgia Brown. Bluesy walk, 4th string, D7. Sounds good. Low bass G. And this time let's wait. Long walk to C. That's great. That's the first part. And we're going to go right into A again. Let's talk about a couple of different things we could do. And what you could do also is you could play higher A. So try that one to play your A and pick the 3rd string. It's a high A, but that sounds good too. It's for a different flavor for each part. Give you something else to think about. If you do a bar A on that 2nd fret, you can also get, anytime you have an open bass, which is your, the root of the chord, you can reach up and get the 4th fret and then get that 2nd fret, just an arpeggio. It's a good thing to think about. Where you could kind of go up and down. I could do a, so you can go that way, or that would be a great, kind of a pretty backup, it's an arpeggio like the bugler, that played the guitar. So we could do that maybe for the second part. The D chord, keep in mind you could do the same thing for a D string, but you're going to have that 3rd fret because of the tuning difference there. So you can kind of outline the chord. Let's just see what that would sound like if I did that. And I'm just picking the G, 6, 5, 4, 3. That sounds pretty good. I'll try it from high to low. Good to me. I'm barring, getting the open 5th, reaching my 3rd finger to the 4th fret and keeping that bar, then the 4th string and the 3rd, right, with some brush drums in between. And then D, the same thing, your D chord, you can kind of hold it. A really good exercise for D is just to take your D chord and pick up the 1st string note and swap places with your 2nd string note, and then reach over there and you're getting that 4th fret. You need to do that arpeggio kind of thing. Right? And you could also find pretty cool. Experiment a little bit. I'll show you one other thing that'd be cool for the third part, just to have another sound going on there. If you reach down to the 6th string 5th fret and get the tuning checkpoint, I guess what I'll do first, let's go over here. Let's go just getting used to the 7th fret 4th string, which is a high A. And a good thing to think about with a guitar, that's a nice little tip. Whenever you have on a higher string, say this A note on the 2nd fret 3rd string, if you go 5 frets on the lower string, you're going to have the same note, right? A unison. So I'm on 2, so I just think, okay, 2nd fret 3rd string, okay, 2 plus 5 is 7, 7th fret 4th string. So let's start with that with my 3rd finger, and then we'll have the 6th fret with my 2nd finger, and then I got the 1st string 5th fret. And all I want you to do is do a little maneuver. I'm going to take this bass down. Just find that for a second. Just 7, 6, 5, right? Then we're going to put the notes we had back there, like a misplaced D shape. You can even take it down like that. Isn't that pretty? And where I'm headed with this is, I want you to put the same. So I've got the frets I get there is 5, 6, and 5 with like a misplaced D shape. But then I want you to get your smaller fingers doing that. So my 3rd finger's on the 2nd string 5th fret, my little fingers on the 6th fret 3rd string, and my 2nd finger's on the 5th fret. And then we're going to go over and get that A bass. And you get what's called an orchestral chord from the Mel Bay way back in the 60s or earlier. I'm not sure when that first came out, but it's using less strings. It's kind of, you're damping some of the strings. Your 1st string is kind of deadened, 5th string's deadened, but it's a nice chunky sound and it's movable. I can move it. So that would be a different sound altogether if you're playing a rag. Some people might like to do that kind of chord. But you could also do this, just pick that bass and pick it up. And that sounds cool too. So we're going to use that for A7 for the 3rd part, just for a challenge. And then we're going to go to a C shape, your regular C chord. And if you made that C7, your little finger would get that 3rd string. We're going to scoot that down to our D shape. C to D is a whole step, so move your C chord down to the 3rd fret and put your little finger on that 3rd string, 5th fret. And we'll do a little alternate bass there too. You dance that finger there. So I'm going to go back that, and you could walk up, walk up like bluesy walk to the A. And you can pick up the string or just kind of keep it strummed like a chunky. You can walk up on the D. Right? So that's a good thing to just practice that over and over. Do 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 do. You walk down the G. There you don't have an alternate bass there unless you move a finger over. So we're gonna have to do a little finagling. Right. So that'd be a little more challenging thing to try there. The orchestral chord back up. You can always go back to your regular chords whenever you want to. I'm gonna do all 3 parts of those to see what happens there. So the first part, the low bass, the bluesy walk, and we can go up to that C, walk down, repeat the first part. We can do the low bass too. D or D7 is good. Now we'll try that arpeggio. Maybe the other way around. Try that orchestral way. That's pretty fun. Got a that G a little bit. So kind of experiment, try to just have fun with that rag. It's a great tune, and you get the same chords, but you can do a lot of different sounds with the same chords, you know, doing different walks and different approaches there. So enjoy Hickman's rag. Try to play it along with Erynn's fiddle video, and hang on. Have fun.